Hi, Jenny here. Today we are going to make some honey pepper chicken with some creamy garlic butter fettuccine. Let's get started. For this recipe we are going to need 1 pound total of chicken cubed, so depending on how big your breasts are, that will be between 1 and 2 breasts. Some salt, pepper, and paprika for seasoning, olive oil for cooking the chicken in, 1/4 cup of honey, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 cup of heavy cream, 8 ounces of fettuccine, 1/2 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of butter, 5 cloves of garlic, and 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. We are going to cook the pasta according to directions, so I have a pot of water getting ready to boil to cook that. When you are mincing up the garlic, separate out 1 clove and then the other 4 cloves together, because 4 of them are for the pasta, 1 of them is for the chicken. When you have your chicken all cubed up to about like chicken nugget type size, we're going to go ahead and just season them with some salt and the pepper and the paprika. And then we'll put 2 tablespoons worth of oil in the pan. Oh, paprika's not going to come out. Sure. It was a brand new jar. So it is a brand new jar. I had to take the top off of it. Oh, sure, there we go. So, get that paprika on there. It's a good thing that tastes good. Alright, we'll go ahead and put 2 tablespoons of oil into our pan right away. And then we will dredge our chicken in our flour. So I'll go ahead and just mix this up so it gets kind of well coated on all the sides. Figure if I put them on a plate like this where they're all spread out, it was easier to get all the salt and pepper and seasoning on them that way. I put my flour into a little bowl, so same as opposed to my smaller bowl. It should be easier to coat these in the flour in here. My water was boiling, so I have my pasta all cooking. Got the timer set on that, so that will probably finish even before we finish up this. That's the way my cooking usually goes. I have one something finishing before the other. It's alright, so I brought a lid out that I'll be able to cover it up. So we'll go ahead and coat that in the flour. Just put it in the pan. So as you see, these are about, like I said, chicken nugget size. A little bit bigger because when chicken cooks, it does decrease in size. So we're just dipping. I forgot I was going to bring my phone in here so I could get a close-up. We'll see, because now my hands are all full of chicken. It's nice the chicken is moist enough that the flour sticks really well. Sometimes when you do coatings on different things, like with chicken and all that, you can do the salt, pepper, paprika right in the flour mixture. I've done that before with some of the other coated chicken that I made. I think I made some like chicken tenders. I did those in the air fryer. And I put all the seasonings right in the flour. So we will just finish coating these up, get these in here like in a single layer. Get them cooking. Again, with them being nice and small pieces like this, they should also cook up very quickly. And this flour coating on here should make them kind of crisp. So we have a nice, tasty, crispy chicken. And then make our like fettuccine type noodles. I like fettuccine. Fettuccine Alfredo is one of my favorites, especially from Olive Garden. I'll have to see if I can really eat that again. If I make my own, and again I have a smaller portion, you know, I've been fine. I'm trying to think if I've made an actual Alfredo at home. I think I bought the Alfredo sauce in the store in a jar, and that's been fine for me. I've been able to eat that. If you don't know already, I have an ostomy. I have a colostomy, so sometimes I have to be careful of what I eat, or I could have a blockage. I've had a blockage before from eating Olive Garden's Fettuccine Alfredo. I thought I had a small enough amount. Well, the first time I didn't know. I ate it, and then, because again, that's one of my favorite dishes there, and we were celebrating my being done with my, you know, having surgery, being in remission. And yeah, and then I ended up with a blockage. I think I had that, and then I think I ended up, we had some, oh, what did we buy? Wayne bought some cheesy tortellinis, I think. Just a little, like, not empanadas, but cheesy tortellinis, I think. We bought those in the store and just cooked those up, because we've done that before too. And it was so good. And I had a blockage, and I went to the emergency room and figured out what that was all about. I thought, oh, I don't want to do that again. All right, these are all coated. Let's get them on the stove and cooking, so we won't be too much further behind the noodles. Alright, the timer is beeping on the noodles, so we'll go ahead and drain those. We could get the sauce for those going. I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat on the chicken here to a medium low. Get that going. Oops, take that off. Now that the pasta is drained, we will use that same pot because we're going to have to coat the pasta in the creamy sauce anyways. So we will go ahead and melt our butter. I like to cut the butter up in pieces because it melts faster that way. So we will melt that and go ahead and add our garlic in there. Saute this for a couple minutes. Yeah, so anyways, as I was saying, I ended up having a blockage because I had some fettuccine Alfredo. I probably ate about half what came from the restaurant, because at that point in time I wasn't eating a lot. It would also help if we turn on the heat here a little bit. Turn this on medium. I'm like, how come the butter's not melting very fast? Because I'm distracted. Yeah, and then we'd had the cheesy tortellinis here in the house, and I had, again, a small amount of those the one day and then some more the next day because, again, I was told I could, you know, I could eat anything. Didn't realize that, yeah, you know, again, with my ileostomy, I really hadn't had any problems eating food, although I also was eating small portions. And with having the colostomy and being told, well, you can pretty much eat anything, although in the beginning it was still supposed to be a little bit lighter. I guess I was figuring it was pasta. I wasn't thinking about the cheese. And so, yeah, I had that blockage. And then figuring out, oh, what did I eat? Because even though the doctor was all like, oh, it wasn't your food, it's a matter of that you have a stricture in your small intestine. So I had a narrowing. And I'm like, yeah, well, probably all the cheese that, you know, I ate between the fettuccine and the tortellinis, that was too much. And I think somebody else had mentioned at one point in time, like, did you not think you're supposed to be eating light? You're supposed to, I'm like, oh, they didn't tell me that. They go ahead and add that cream. So that's what I've come to learn. Life is a learning experience. You keep learning, right? They say there aren't any bad things per se. It's learning opportunities. So I've learned about my body and what I can and cannot eat. So with all this, it's a matter of I can eat the pasta, I can eat the cheese, but I have to eat a smaller amount. So at this point in time, I just make sure that that's what I do. I just have a small amount and either don't eat it 2 days in a row or make sure there's many hours in between to make sure that my body's okay. And I'm not having any stomach ache, any pinchy pains that I'll be like, ooh, gotta hold off a little bit. Wait till that sauce thickens up a little bit with our chicken. It's kind of cooking up nicely. Seems like my oil is almost all gone. We'll flip all our chicken pieces over to get them cooked. Cooked well. Another thing they say is if you have an ostomy that, to try foods, and if by chance you do end up having a stomach ache and all that too, that this is boiling a little bit. I don't want it to burn because it's had that milk in there before it thickens up, so I'll turn it on low heat. But if you do kind of have a stomach ache with something, then wait a couple weeks or a week and try it again and see how it goes, because sometimes although your body can't handle food at one point, it might be able to at a different point in time. So I still haven't ruled out anything. For me, that there's not a particular food that is a for sure that I really can't eat. Like I said, it's just a matter of eating it in smaller quantity. Sometimes that's kind of hard though. If you're thinking, well, I can only have a couple pieces of a whatever. Say a full serving, maybe if it would be chicken, a full serving would be like 10 of these little pieces or that, and I could only eat like 3. Doesn't make for a full meal. I'll still be hungry. Alright, I'm just going to turn this heat off. That's starting to stick to the pan. Good, the chicken's almost done. This could be a little thicker, but I need garlic in there too. Nope, I put the garlic in there. I need the sauce for the chicken. That's okay. When the chicken is done, then we're going to make the sauce for the chicken. That's how that goes. So, see if this will thicken up just a little bit more. I'll give it another minute here. And then we'll just put the noodles back in this pan and get them all well coated. And that will be ready to go. And then the same thing, we're going to use this same pan once we take our chicken out and figure that this is all finished. We'll use this same pan to make the sauce for the chicken. It's looking pretty good already. It's been a while since I've cooked chicken in a pan in pieces like this. Usually when I make a stir fry, this is how I would do it. I would cook up the chicken this way. Lately I've used the crock pot, and I've made all my chicken in the crock pot, so it's ready to go, because I just make that like the day we grocery shop and we buy the chicken, or like the day after. So that way it's all good to go. So if I do want to make any meal that uses chicken, then it's a matter of, all right, well, the chicken's already cooked. Then we just either warm it up again and put it in our meal, or I use it on my salads. So again, it's already all cooked. All I need to do is shred it up. Okay, let's, hope the noodles haven't congealed too much. Put them in there. Separate them up from the sauce. Oh, that's looking pretty good. I guess. Or let me show you. Once the chicken is cooked, so we will put this aside in another dish. And we'll go ahead and make up our sauce. Oops, I forgot to put the cover. Okay, I gotta put my lid on the pasta. It's over there. Okay, then we need 2 tablespoons of the soy sauce. All right, come on, you're new too. Go. Two. Our clove of garlic. Garlicky goodness in there. Maybe a teaspoon of black pepper. And a 1/4 cup of honey. Spray this first, so hopefully it will all come out nicely. So go ahead again, just put this on low. And we'll heat this up till it's just all mixed up and mixed through. Go ahead and add our chicken back in then. Oh, I suppose I should use something a little less noisy to do my pan. Oops, I'm out of the frame. Oh, let me grab a spat. Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Grab my cover while I'm at it too. All right. I'll just mix this all up. Should get a tad bit thicker. And our chicken back in. Then, as you saw, we put the chicken already back in here. Got it all well coated. Heated it up just a little bit so that it should still all be heated through. It was still warm when I put it back in there, so didn't need to heat too much. But just make sure that it's warm. And now we can plate it all up and taste it. The honey pepper chicken with the creamy garlic butter fettuccine is all finished. I don't know why that's so hard for me to remember, because it's 2 dishes as opposed to just one. So let's see, I almost like licked my finger from the sauce before and it was almost a little spicy. I never knew of black pepper to be spicy. I don't use it in a lot of dishes, I guess, except for lately, when more so lately I should say, doing a couple other recipes. My mom's always like, oh, it's spicy in there. What? I'm like, I don't know, I just added salt, pepper, whatever. She goes, oh, pepper. And I'm like, really? So, not bad. Okay. I was expecting to be overwhelmed by the spiciness, but no, not at all. It's just tasty chicken. So yeah, that's good chicken, and then the honey. Kind of funny. When my kids were little, we used to go to McDonald's and get chicken nuggets. One of the sauces that they used to offer was honey. And I thought, well, sure, we'll try that. And I would get chicken nuggets too. I'll dip them in the honey, and that was my sauce of choice. And I was like, oh, okay. I haven't really ever made chicken at home like that. Oh, now a little bit of spice is hitting my throat. The aftershock, the aftertaste. But it's good. It's not overly spicy, which is, I was a little worried about that. Because I thought too, well, share it with Mom and she might eat it anyways, but just have to have a glass of milk with it. Alright, let's see if I can eat some of these noodles without getting them all over my face. Fettuccine. That's my kind of noodle. I like the white sauces. I like the creaminess. I like the fettuccine noodles. It's not overly garlicky either. Now that I think about it, with having the 4 cloves of garlic in the noodles. Sometimes I can really taste the garlic. I mean, I'll smell it out of my pores later. I'm like, boy, it smells like garlic. I'm like, oh, because I ate garlic earlier. Well, this is really good. I enjoy it. I like it. So I will leave this recipe down below. Let me know if you guys have ever made your own fettuccine alfredo at home, making your own sauce, not just buying the jarred sauce in the store, like I have before, to learn some more how to make some of my own sauces. And if you have used honey as a garnish for your chicken, whether it be like chicken nuggets from a restaurant, or if you've made your own and used honey as your sauce, yeah, that's something different, something good. I like that. So again, another one of these that I would make again. It's easy, it's tasty, good stuff. So anyways, I am going to go finish eating my lunch. You guys, keep it positive, go make it a great day. Bye-bye. Yummy, yummy, yummy.